Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Swarna garu, for coming on board to give this particular session. And really appreciate you. You have tremendous experience in real estate sector, and you're going to actually introduce yourself soon. So, yeah, with that, actually, let's get started. I'm not going to take much time. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Ganesh Garu. So to begin with, before I start the session, I want to just give a disclaimer. The following seminar is just for discussion and education purposes only. You should consult your personal tax and financial and legal advisors regarding anything that has been discussed within this material or this session before you make any selections. Hi, I'm Swarna Chalamalasetti, and I'm a real estate wealth advisor. Just to give you a quick peek into my education background, I'm a computer science graduate, and I have done my fashion designing from Premier School of Fashion Designing in India. And I'm also a graduate from Indian School of Business. It's one of the league business schools in India, Andy. And naku 7 years of real estate experience in California. And I have also got my Washington broker license this year. Just oka chinna quick peek into my real estate journey. California license తీసుకోగానే I joined a top producer. He's a Jewish guy. And నేను ఆయనతో 3 years work చేశాను as his buyer's agent. And over those years, successfully we have helped many sellers and buyers here in Southern California in buying and selling their real estate. And again, in 2020, I have become independent and I have built my own team. And then we have successfully helped again many sellers and buyers in buying and selling their properties. And in 2022, now Washington broker license తీసుకున్నాను, and I have joined a property tech based company, Brickfolios, as a real estate wealth advisor. And to pick top 3 things about my career ante kanaka, I have 15 plus years of experience in sales. And there was one time I owned a boutique with 40 plus employees and have sold it. And I'm also a certified probate and trust specialist.
Quick question, Andy.
Yes, Andy.
You come from different, మీరు చదివింది ఒకటి, మీరు చేస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు ఇంకో దాంట్లోకి వచ్చారు. So
yes.
What interested you actually to come into this particular area?
Okay, that's a very good question, Andy. I know I have tapped on everything. Computer science chadvaka, I have actually worked as a database manager for a infotech company anamata for a year for a tobacco based website. And chinnapadi nunchi I have been passionate designing chadavalani, but appatlo ma parents bhayapadaru because someone said మన అమ్మాయి కాదనుకుంటే పంపించండి అని. సో పేరెంట్స్ భయపడిపోయి సరే ఓకే నువ్వు కొంచెం గ్రాడ్యుయేషన్ అవంతి అయ్యాక మెచ్యూరిటీ వచ్చాక దెన్ మేబీ దెన్ వీ కెన్ లుక్ ఇంటూ ఇట్ అని. సో ఫైనల్లీ వెన్ ఐ హ్యాడ్ ది ఆపర్చునిటీ ఐ జస్ట్ వెంట్ ఫర్ ఇట్. అండ్ అలాగా డిజైనింగ్ చేసి దెన్ as I said చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి ఇట్స్ a dream, so which I pursued, and luckyగా I have made it big. Back in India, I have successfully worked with chala celebrities and big time business pursuits. Then because of personal reasons, I had to sell it. And then US law ikkada license తీసుకొని then but ikkada naku boutique malli ante naku nachaledu. I didn't like the whole work culture. So then parallel ga I was looking into a lot of అంటే remodeling చేస్తూ ఉన్నాము ఆ టైంలో. then I got excited about the real estate, and that's how I went into it. And I think I have been lucky. I was at right time at right place with right people. That's how I ended up working with this Jewish guy, and ever since there is no looking back.
Awesome, Andy. Okay, you can continue.
Sure. So ee roju session lo objectives what I'm going to cover ante okati difference between a real estate wealth advisor and a realtor. And second thing topic entante why real estate is an ideal investment. And the third topic manam top places to invest in United States. And fourth one oka quick demo into a cash flow property. And final ga we'll be working on current market, and then to end the session with questions and answers. So number one thing, how are real estate wealth advisors different from a realtor? సో సాధారణంగా రియల్టర్స్ అంటే మోస్ట్ కామన్లీ వాట్ యూ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ ఇస్ మీకు ఏదో కొనుక్కోవాలని ఉంది, లేదో అమ్మాలని ఉంది. సో దెన్ యూ రీచ్ అవుట్ టు అ రియల్టర్ and then they just take your criteria and then according to basically they'll try identify a property for you and you close a transaction and the relationship akkada end అయిపోతుంది. But then when it comes to a real estate wealth advisors, why we are different is for all these reasons. So basically as a real estate wealth advisor, what we do is we try to understand your long-term goals. It could be whether buying a residence or your 60th investment property. So when I say goals, it could be your retirement planning kavachu, saving for your kids college kavachu, diversification of your funds kavachu, leda passive income generate chesukodaniki kuda kavachu. So our job is to help you build a smart real estate portfolio to meet your goals, and also to help you optimize your portfolio as the market and life evolves. Now going straight into the topic andi. So current ikkada homeowners present entante 80% of them their personal wealth at retirement comes from their homes. Janalu adi realize kuda karu that major in valla money at the end of their retirement valla property మీద నుంచి వస్తుందని. And they are sitting on 18 trillion record equity andi. So basically their homes are unmanaged assets. So మీరు ఈక్విటీ బిల్డ్ చేసుకుని ఉంటారు, యూ డోంట్ ఈవెన్ రియలైజ్ దట్ యూర్ సిట్టింగ్ ఆన్ అ మైన్, గోల్డ్ మైన్. సో అలాగా పీపుల్ ఆర్ లూజింగ్ 150+ billion a year. So now going into why real estate is an ideal investment. So as you can see, I know this is a very catchy slider. So ideal ante enti, why we call real estate is an ideal investment. So I stands for income, D stands for depreciation, E stands for equity, A stands for appreciation, and L for leverage. Now let's go more deep into it. So when I say income ekkadi nunchi ostundante, when you own an investment property, you very well know it's like manaki rental income edaithe ostundo, that is the income. That's how you pay the expenses and that's what will generate your cash flow. So depreciation వచ్చేసరికి this is a non-tax deduction and it's totally a paper loss. And coming to equity, it continues to build as each monthly payment applies a growing amount to the principal. That's how you build your equity. And coming to appreciation, it is achieved as the value of the property goes up over the time. In our market, this is a major advantage. And leverage can increase the return on investment by using borrowed funds to control a larger asset. So combination of all these qualities establishes rental real estate as a smart investment in today's market and for years to come. So increased rents, high rental demand, good investment grade properties, and low non-owner occupied mortgage rates contribute to positive cash flows and very favorable rates of return. So now coming to some of the top cities to invest in real estate andi. So as you can see, Texas is always on top of the list. Ee rojullo mana everyone is going or running to Texas to invest in Austin kani, San Antonio kani, and Dallas kani. So again, as you can see, there are miscellaneous other cities and states where you can invest, and Washington, Seattle is in top 5. So I will not go deep into it endukante ilanti information మీరు గూగుల్ చేసిన దొరుకుతుంది. At the same time, one thing what I like in mana community groups lo entante, people keep posting lot of opportunities. So any opportunity that makes sense to you, anything that you think there is a really good return on investment, and if it's a safe investment, just go for it. So now let's look into the 3 major motivations for any investor for thinking of owning an investment real estate. So first motivation ఏంటంటే అండి, cash flow ఉందా, rate of return, monthly income. The second motivation, property appreciation. and then investment equity to grow. So over the time, your value grows. Third, motivation. So most common ga idi mana most investors దగ్గర చూస్తాం. What they love about investing in real estate is tax deductions. Depreciation indaka mana annam kada, paper loss, that's what, and reducing their income taxes. So as you can see, residential market lo మీరు 27.5 years daaka pretty much you can take your depreciation. And commercial market lo 39 years daaka తీసుకోవచ్చు. సో ఈ క్వశ్చన్ కూడా నేను కామన్ గా వింటాను. ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయడానికి ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ప్రాపర్టీ తీసుకొని at the end of the day will I eventually pay the taxes? Answer is yes. If you మీరు కానీ 1031 exchange కానీ అలాంటివి ఏదైనా చేయకపోతే then yes, later in the end you will have to pay taxes. కానీ దానికి ఏదైనా there is a way to play around it అని అంటే here is just a quick tip అండి. However, if you set up a trust, మీ నెక్స్ట్ పిల్లలు కానీ వాళ్ళు maybe they'll be in a position to inherit your properties with a stepped up basis. So I'll not go deep into it. Endukante this is altogether a different topic which should be advised by me tax professionals kani, estate planning attorney kani. Maatladte baantundi din gurinchi. It's just a tip that I want to bring it to your attention. So the now top most important questions every investor needs to ask. How do I create greater cash flow from my properties? And how do I measure their cash producing performance? Can I help raise greater appreciation in my investment properties? Is depreciation still effective in my investment properties? As I said, there is a lifespan to it. How can I reduce the stress and time spent managing my properties without sacrificing income or growth potential? Can I reduce my risk factors, including market adjustments, by diversifying my portfolio? Am I holding title to my properties in a way that will protect my estate and defer the tax burden for myself and my heirs? Like LLC generate cheyadam kavachu, trust create cheyadam kavachu. So ee answers anni address cheyadaniki I want to quickly walk you through oka property pictures anandi to show you the number games and then show you a live example to make it more lively. So let me quickly change my screen. So as I have said, Washington broker kabatti, so I picked a property from Seattle andi. So this particular property is from Bremerton ane city nunchi. So mostly in the group lo ee roju evaranna Washington leda Seattle baga telisina vallu evaranna unte they might identify this city. So idi nenu enduku pick cheskunna ante general ga any investor ki number one thing we all look into location. So our location lo advantages enti, why we need to even invest in there. So ee particular location oka advantage entante akkada US Navy undi. Akkada 2 to 3 years kosam work cheyadaniki Navy people vastu untaru. So just because they are working there only for 2 to 3 years, vallu they don't want to buy or own any property. And again వాళ్ళకి government assistance వస్తుంది rental payments kosam. So అందుకోసం they look for these properties and they just it's a really good rental income ante safe rentals of proper ela cheppalante recession free pocket. So that's why we picked this property. As you can see, it is a single family, well maintained, 2010 built. Most part మనకు చూస్తే we don't see any major expenses nakedo cheyalani anpichatledu. Most likely what we might do is just change the carpets. So now let's go into the specs. So we are advising it as a long-term goal unna vallaki so that you can hold on to it. So can down the lane you can take advantage of the appreciation and equity and all these factors andi.
Swarna garu మీరు స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేస్తున్నారండి?
అవునండి.
Oh sorry, we are not able to say that.
I am able to see it.
I'm able to see అండి.
నేను స్క్రీన్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటానండి.
Yeah, it's better now.
మీరు లీవ్ అయ్యి రీజాయిన్ అవ్వండి, అది ప్రాబ్లమ్ సాల్వ్ అవుతుంది.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'll do that. Thanks.
Okay.
You can continue.
Okay. So as you can see, particular property వచ్చేసరికి it's a 3-bedroom, 4-bath and 2,173 square foot, and 3 days on the market. So let's quickly go into smart hold analysis. So list price is 445. Let's say, let's for suppose manam 445K ఈ particular property konali anukunte kanaka, and fix ups, as I said, most likely manam carpet okati change cheddam anukuntunamu. So as you can see, we just gave it like 3,259, and then closing costs, like closing cost, miscellaneous other costs by the end of the transaction. So whole investment meeku vachesariki like let's say 118 అని చూపిస్తుంది. So let's also look into your, as an investor general గా minimum 25% మనం down payment పెడతాం కాబట్టి here it is 25%. And coming to the mortgage type, so this is one of the solutions. Most likely మీరు చాలా మందికి ఆల్రెడీ ఐడియా ఉండుంటుంది, కొంతమందికి తెలియకపోతే కనుక this is something that we've been advising our clients అండి. We are advising everyone to consider 5-1 arm. 5-1 arm advantage ఏంటంటే మీ మంత్లీ మార్గేజ్ పేమెంట్ తగ్గుతుంది. అట్ ది సేమ్ టైమ్ ఒకసారి ఇప్పుడు మన మార్కెట్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్స్ పడినప్పుడు, ప్రాబబ్లీ ఇట్ మైట్ హ్యాపెన్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ ఆర్ లేటర్, అప్పుడు యూ కెన్ జస్ట్ రీఫైనాన్స్ ద ప్రాపర్టీ అండ్ బ్రింగ్ డౌన్ యువర్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్స్. సో అట్ ద మూమెంట్ 5-1, yes.
ఈ 5-1 ఆర్మ్ అంటే ఏంటో చెప్తారా మాకు?
ఓకే అండ్ 5-1 arm అంటే ఇట్స్ యాక్చువల్ గా టెక్నికల్ గా స్టిల్ 30 years అండి. వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఇన్నిట్లో ట్రిక్ ఏంటంటే at the end of that 5th year ఆ రోజు మార్కెట్ లో ఏ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్ అయితే ఉంటుందో, ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ రీఫైనాన్స్, అది ట్రిగర్ అయిపోతుంది. సో వాట్ వి అడ్వైజ్ ఇస్, ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్స్ తగ్గిన టైంలో యూ జస్ట్ రీఫైనాన్స్ ఇట్ అండ్ చేంజ్ దట్.
ఓకే,
డస్ ఇట్ అడ్రస్ యువర్ క్వశ్చన్ అండి?
ఓకే. R6, 7, 8.
You want to see other kinds? So
కాల్ విత్
7-1.
IAS అంటే ఏంటి మురళి?
I'm sorry.
కాల్ విత్ IAS అని ఉంది. IAS
All with IAS. మీరు ఎక్కడ చూస్తున్నారు?
ఏది?
I'm sorry and I'm lost. మీరు ఎక్కడ చూస్తున్నారు?
న్యూ చేంజ్ సార్, క్రాస్ టాక్ అనుకో.
So,
I don't think he's talking to you one day.
so
Oh, okay.
ఓకే.
అది
Okay.
రెంటల్ స్పెక్స్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయండి దానికి ఆ ఏరియాకి?
Yes, Andy. So now I will go there, Andy. I know you are
Okay.
all anxious. Sorry for the distraction. So 5-1 arm తీసుకున్నాను ఇక్కడ, and again we are looking into monthly expenses. So why ఇక్కడ
Okay.
ఎందుకు $100 expenses తీసుకున్నాం అంటే, as you can see, HOA ఉంటుంది and other insurances and things like that. So that's why we calculated 100. And now I'll go to your question, Andy. Rental specs. So okay, ఇక్కడ నేను 2,400 rental income అంతెందుకు తీసుకున్నాను అని అంటే, let me quickly show you smart comps అండి. So this is for sale comps and
స్వర్ణ గారు, ప్రాపర్టీ ట్యాక్స్ ఎంత ఉందండి కౌంటీలో?
that's a good question, Andy. Can get back to you on that. So rental comps వచ్చేసరికి all these properties are nearby rent కి వెళ్ళి. So this is how we came up with the 2,400, Andy. This is how we calculated it. Property square foot and average rent per square foot, and that's how we estimated the rent. Though it can be either 282. So ఒకటి మీరు నోటీస్ చేస్తే మేము నెంబర్స్ అన్ని చాలా కన్జర్వేటివ్ గా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ. We are not being very aggressive basing on the historic data. So now let's go back to smart hold analysis. Hope me question answer chesindi anukuntunnanante, because someone asked me a while back rental comps ani. Yeah. So that's how you got your total income.
రెస్ట్ దేర్ ఫుడ్ రెస్ట్ ఉంటుందని అక్కడ.
Can you ask question and one more time?
Sorry. So go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Requesting everyone to please mute yourself. We will open the forum for questions at the end. And let Swarna garu continue, and we can have interactive session in just few minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. So ఇక్కడ మీరు చూస్తే ఇయర్ ఆన్ ఇయర్ assumptions లో, so as you can see, మీ rental income, మీ mortgage payment, and this is your cash flow. So first year you are looking at 6,900. So again, ఇవన్నీ కూడా conservative numbers అండి. They are not aggressive. So this will address ఇందాక మనం చెప్పాం కదా, why it is an ideal investment. మనం అనుకున్నాం కదా, income and all those leverage, so appreciation, equity, cash flow ఇవన్నీ. So year one లో, if this is the numbers that you can see, I hope you all can see the numbers, how they are changing.
Yes.
So as we go on, 50 year ki vachesariki, how your total wealth is changing, your cash flow has increased. So as if you look at it, general ga meer, as you keep paying off your mortgage, at the same time cash flow ni kuda మీరు back మీ mortgage ని pay చేసేసుకోగలిగితే, మీరు interest కి pay చేసే money కానీ everything you would be saving. So total గా everything will go towards your cash flow. So that's how you'll keep seeing more money. And even every year on మీరు కానీ depreciation claim చేసేసుకుంటే, that would be ideal.
From Mahesh.
So ఈ numbers, yeah, Ganesh garu, did you say anything?
Yeah, question from Mahesh garu. So ఈ particular దీంట్లో chart లో, where can we see any rental loss or repairs? ఏ bucket లో వెళ్తుందండి అది? If there is any amount incurred on the property, where will that go?
That is a good question, and I'll get back to you on that. Can I finish and the whole, and then definitely
Yeah.
I'll work on that.
Okay.
So again, ఈ projections అన్ని ఎలా తయారు చేశారు అని అంటే, basing on the last previous years historic data బేస్ చేసుకొని చేసినాయండి. So now going into detailed projections, you can also see year 1 came to year 2, 3, ilaga different numbers. If someone is really excited into or learn more numbers, so these are the more detailed version of it. నేను ఎక్కువ ఇన్ డెప్త్ నేను numbers game లోకి వెళ్ళట్లేదండి. If anyone is interested and want to know more about it, I would definitely want to invite you to the master class that we are going to do in this coming Wednesday. Pacific time 5:30 ki we are doing it, and my team is doing it. You'd be more than happy to invite you all, and it's actually a $30 session, but then I can send you a discount code, 100% discount code, so that you can join the session and master class and then learn more.
Okay.
So let me, yeah, చెప్పండి.
This is primarily from big folios. మీరు చెప్తుంది.
Actually, yes, and wanted to make it easy for everyone and more lively. I had to pick this my tools and systems to show you how this works. This is a Brick Folios event. The next coming Wednesday. Is that your question, Andy? Coming Wednesday, Brick Folios chestundani kada?
Yeah, the ones. Yeah. The one
Yes, Andy. Brick Folios is doing this masterclass. Yes.
No,
So now that we
what
are
is
here,
the what is the percentage of rate of investment here? 5%, 6%, or below 10%, like that? How much you're expecting out of this?
Meeru down payment, are you asking me about the down payment ఎంత పెట్టాలి అని?
లేదండి, rate on investment. How much you're expecting in 1 year? What is the cash flow percentage?
Yeah, if you scroll down, అక్కడ cash flow ఉందండి.
Little bit more if I, yeah, here it
looks like ROI అడుగుతున్నారండి.
Okay.
So as I said, and coming to the game numbers, I would say ideal ROI. Okay.
Sorry, were you saying something? Your voice impatient.
Can you hear me, Andy?
Yes, yes. Yeah. I thought you were saying something. You were cut off.
Yeah, it is there, and the cash on cash return 5.8% in the
Yes,
middle.
5.8%. Yeah. You catch me when I'm nervous, Andy.
So, okay, question undanడి from
Yes.
Purnesh garu. Can we claim depreciation on every property, including the personal property?
Yes, Andy. అంటే మీరు మీ primary personal property మీద appreciation తీసుకొని if you want to reinvest, yes, you can do that.
కంటిన్యూస్ క్వశ్చన్ అండి ఫర్ ద సేమ్ క్వశ్చన్. మీరు ఇందాక 27 years అనేది చూపించారు కదా ఫర్ క్లెయిమింగ్ ద
Yes,
డిప్రిసియేషన్.
27.5 అవునండి ఫర్ రెసిడెన్షియల్ డిప్రిసియేషన్ క్లెయిమింగ్ కి అయితే అది ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ మీద.
ఓకే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇఫ్ ఏ ప్రాపర్టీ ఇస్ ఫ్రమ్ 1970 అయితే ఇట్స్ ఆల్రెడీ మోర్ దెన్ 30-40 years old కదా. కాంట్ వి క్లెయిమ్ ఎనీ డిప్రిసియేషన్ ఆన్ దోస్ ప్రాపర్టీస్?
That is a good question, and actually, as I said, ఇవన్నీ మీరు ట్యాక్స్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ ని అడిగితే would be idle.
ఓకే, జస్ట్
I don't want to just because I don't నేను రాంగ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కన్వే చేయదలుచుకోవట్లేదు.
షూర్, థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి.
లైఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఎనీ ప్రాపర్టీ 30 years ఉంటుంది రెసిడెన్షియల్ ప్రాపర్టీ అయితే. సో ఫ్రమ్ ద డే వన్ యూ బై ఇట్ కిక్స్ ఇన్ 27.5 ఇస్ ద మ్యాక్స్. సో ఆ తర్వాత ఇంకా డిప్రిషియేషన్.
Is it from the day and or from the built-in date?
Purchase date.
Purchase date. Okay.
సో వన్ మోర్ థింగ్, ఇవన్నీ మనం ఐటమైజ్డ్ టాక్సేషన్ లోకి పోతేనే ఉపయోగపడతాయండి. దట్ ఈస్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్ వీ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్. లైక్ సే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫ్లాట్ రేట్ డిస్కౌంట్ ఇవి మనకు అంత ఉపయోగపడవు.
ఇందాక ఎవరో డిప్రిషియేషన్ గురించి అడిగారు. యా, ప్రైమరీ రెసిడెన్స్ డిప్రిషియేషన్ ఏం తీసుకోలేమండి. ఓన్లీ ట్యాక్సెస్, ఐ మీన్ ప్రాపర్టీ ట్యాక్సెస్ ఇవి ట్యాక్స్ బ్రాకెట్ లోకి వెళ్తాయి. కానీ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ యూ కెన్ గో ఫర్ డిప్రిషియేషన్.
Maybe we can request for home state request.
Can we hold the questions end of the session? Actually, we're getting diverted, I think.
Sorry.
Not a problem, and please go ahead. It's okay. Yeah. Okay. So now going to, and now that we are in this portfolio, and I just want to quickly show you even smart search. So I'm just showing you a single family, and in probably the next following sessions we'll also cover multifamily. So depending on your goals, like long-term holder, cash flow, rental, you can pick the properties and you can do the search according and start identifying your properties. So going back to so the whole idea is your life, your way. And coming to the current market, Andy, as I was saying, this is one of my favorite quote by Warren Buffett. When everyone is greedy, be fearful. And when everyone is fearful, be greedy. So what that means is it exactly implies to the current market, Andy. Right now, in market lo everyone is so confused, scared. అంటే వాల్యూస్ లెఫ్ట్ రైట్ సెంటర్ పడిపోతున్నాయి. ఎస్పెషల్లీ ప్రైమరీ హోమ్ బయర్స్ ఆర్ సో స్కేర్డ్. కొన్నా ఏమవుతుంది, మళ్ళీ నా వాల్యూ పడిపోతుందేమో అని కొనడానికి భయపడుతున్నారు. అండ్ దెర్ ఆర్ మెనీ పీపుల్ ఐ నో వి ఆర్ కమింగ్ అక్రాస్ ఎలక్షన్స్ అయ్యాక ఆలోచిద్దాము అని చెప్పి. సో అలాగా ఇన్వెంటరీ మార్కెట్ లో చాలా కూర్చుని ఉంటుంది. సో దెర్ ఇస్ అ హై ఆపర్చునిటీ ఫర్ ద ఇన్వెస్టర్స్ టు ఇన్వెస్ట్ అండ్ టేక్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ కరెంట్ కన్ఫ్యూజన్ దట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్. So that was one of the major reasons why I've been advising all my investors to own a property right now. because as you all know, ఇప్పుడు ఈ మంత్ ఒక ఫెడ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్స్ పెంచుతుంది, అండ్ అగైన్ నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ కూడా ఇంకొక ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్ పెంచుతుంది. సో looking at that, obviously primary home buyers are really scared, and what we are anticipating is definitely elections tarvata economy ni stabilize cheyadaniki over next few months lo they'll probably we are looking at next year వాళ్ళ ఎకానమీని స్టెబిలైజ్ చేయడానికి మళ్ళీ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్స్ తగ్గిస్తారు. సో అట్ ది సేమ్ టైమ్ థ్యాంక్స్ గివింగ్ దగ్గరకు వస్తుంది కాబట్టి ఈ బిల్డర్స్ వీళ్ళ ఇన్వెంటరీ ఏదైతే కూర్చొని ఉందో రైట్ నౌ దే ఆర్ గివింగ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్సెంటివ్స్ ఆల్రెడీ, లైక్ మీకు అప్గ్రేడ్స్ లో కానీ ప్రైస్ కట్స్ జరిగినాయి. సో చాలా సర్ప్లస్ ఇన్వెంటరీ వాళ్ళు పాండమిక్ టైంలో ఉన్న డిమాండ్ ని బట్టి ఎక్కువ ప్రొక్యూర్ చేసేసి వాళ్ళు చాలా అలాగ ప్లాన్ చేసేసారు. So now they want to get rid of that inventory, and because a builder aina construct చేసింది money earn చేయడానికి. సో నెక్స్ట్ వచ్చే లాట్ ని నెక్స్ట్ ఇప్పుడు ఉన్న డిమాండ్ తగ్గట్టు వాళ్ళు బయటకు తీసుకొస్తారు. అప్పుడు ఇంకా వాడు ప్రైస్ రిడక్షన్ ఇవ్వడు. సో రైట్ నా ఉన్న ఇన్వెంటరీ సర్ప్లస్ ఇన్వెంటరీ మీద ఇస్తాడు. సో వాళ్ళ టార్గెట్ ఏంటంటే థ్యాంక్స్ గివింగ్ వస్తుంది కాబట్టి దే వాంట్ టు ట్యాప్ ఆన్ ఎమోషనల్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ మీద. So what they'll start doing is giving like 3 years నేను interest rate కి మీకు contribute చేస్తాను అని కానీ upgrades ఏ కానీ. So they want to bring in the primary buyer into the market. So before ఈ competition అంతా పెరిగే లోపు I would say investors ని just take the advantage of this situation and then own a property. Does that make sense to you all?
Yes, Andy. A lot of folks had a lot of questions, and Andaru they were trying to hold.
Do you say that only for the primary property only, or investment property too?
Investment property kosam major ga andi, but then primary buyers kuda, that's what I'm advising them. Don't wait. Ippudu current competition ledhu, andaru bhayapadi unnaru ganek kuchunnaru. So this is the best time. Asal sellers kuda they are giving chala privileges to get the deal done.
వాడు $10,000 $20,000 మనకి అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఇచ్చి హౌస్ 100,000 పడిపోయింది అనుకోండి, దట్స్ హెవీ రిస్క్ కదా. సో దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్ back in 2008. The houses which were at 450 gone down 300, something like that. So the
2008, good that you mentioned 2008 and so 2008 lo jarigina scenario is totally different from what is happening right now andi, honest ga. So 2008 లో జరిగింది ఏంటంటే lenders అసలు లెఫ్ట్ రైట్ సెంటర్ వితౌట్ ఈవెన్ డూయింగ్ ఎ ప్రాపర్ ఇది అనాలిసిస్ అబౌట్ ద బయర్, వాళ్ళు అందరికి జీరో డౌన్ పేమెంట్ మీద ఇచ్చేసారు అందరికి లోన్స్. సో లిటరల్లీ బయర్స్ ఏంటంటే ఓకే రెంటల్ కట్టే బదులు ఇక్కడ కడుతున్నారు, ఎవ్రీ వన్ లెఫ్ట్ రైట్ సెంటర్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ తీసేసుకున్నారు. కానీ ఎప్పుడైతే రెసిషన్ వచ్చిందో, జాబ్స్ పోవడం ఆర్ మిస్లీనియస్ రీజన్స్ వల్ల there is nothing, వాళ్ళ ఈక్విటీ లేదు ప్రాపర్టీ మీద, డిఫాల్ట్ మార్కెట్ క్రాష్ అయ్యేసరికి. సో అందరూ వదిలేసారు ప్రాపర్టీస్. బట్ యాజ్ యూ నో లెండర్ ఆ మిస్టేక్ ని నేర్చుకొని తర్వాత నుంచి దే ఆర్ సేయింగ్ పుట్ యువర్ డౌన్ పేమెంట్. అండ్ ఆనెస్ట్ గా ఇఫ్ యూ లుక్ ఎట్ ఇట్, ఈ రోజుల్లో అసలు మినిమం 10% to 7%, అండ్ అగైన్ ప్రాపర్టీ వాల్యూస్ ఎప్రిషియేట్ అయినాయి, జనాలు ఈక్విటీ ఉంది. So nobody will leave their property. Why would anyone want to just let go of $100,000 on their property and then leave the property? Definitely 2008 జరిగినంత అలా అయితే ఇప్పుడు జరగదండి. That I'm very confident about it. At least this is my personal opinion.
The people who are investing now are more. Say 2008 లో say 1000 houses buy చేశారంటే potential people buy చేశారు. Say ఇప్పుడు 1000 houses కొంటున్నారంటే జస్ట్ కంట్రీలో ఎంటర్ అయ్యి H1 లో వచ్చిన నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ హౌస్ బై చేస్తున్నారు. ఈవెన్ దేర్ ఎంటైర్ portfolio is not even 100. So our differences ఇప్పుడు చాలా ఎక్కువైపోయాయి.
Ganesh garu, I think shall we open the question answer and then open andaru, maybe people can pitch in with
That's what
even their ideas.
True. So a lot of questions in the chat also. Let me actually go through those questions first, and then we can open the forum for everyone. First question is Madan Tota garu adugutunnaru, is investing through LLC better than personal investing అని అడుగుతున్నారు. So should we invest through LLC or through just on a personal basis?
It's always ideal to own an LLC, and LLC through multiple ways andi. Okati protection, at the same time మీ tax benefits perspective లో కూడా, and then putting that LLC into your trust is always a great idea.
Okay. ఇంకో క్వశ్చన్ సుధాకర్ గారు అడుగుతున్నారండి. ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ మల్టిపుల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ అండ్ వీఆర్ రెంటింగ్ అవుట్, how many houses are we allowed to take the depreciation? This is primarily with respect to depreciation, where you said that it will be a paper loss. So at the max, we have 5 rental properties. Are there any restrictions on depreciation?
Again,
is there any cap primarily with respect to depreciation?
That's a very good question, Andy. Actually, as far as I know, you can claim on all the investment properties, but then still it looks like there are tax experts in this group. I would actually want them to pitch in and then answer that. Cap annadi, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Andy, there is no cap under.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Andy. Yeah.
So Mahesh got next question, Andy. Is there any timeline when we need to sell as property gets older? Usually, but again, still, is there any timeline when we have to sell the property? I noticed that some communities are not growing even after 15-20 years as fast as the new communities. Okay. So primarily he's asking from strategy perspective, how do you come up with a strategy when to sell a particular property to make profit out of it, all those things?
That's a really good question, Andy. So basically, that's exactly what we as general as a wealth real estate wealth advisors, this is what we do. Every now and then we do a portfolio check. Me property value ela appreciate avutundi edanna ante alage meer country lo ekkadaina or world lo ekkadaina meer invest cheste, it can happen that some బయట జరిగిన సమ్ సిచ్యువేషన్ వల్ల మీ ప్రాపర్టీ అక్కడ ఉన్న ఇంకెక్కువ అప్రిషియేట్ కాకపోవచ్చు. ఇన్ దట్ సినారియో ఐ వుడ్ సే take out your investment and then rather invest in a better place where you think there is a future for it. So definitely మనం పెట్టేసాము అయిపోయింది అది ఉన్నాము అని కాదు. I would say keep an eye on it, how it is changing. Sometimes it could be even a wear and tear situation కావచ్చు and all those different reasons.
So question from Kumar, Andy. He's asking, how are the dynamics different when it comes to purchasing the land?
So మీరు ఎవరన్నా అంటే these days I have been noticing అండి vacant land could be also a very really good investment, and interestingly మీరు దాని మీద కూడా 1031 exchange చేయొచ్చు. So vacant land especially మీరు బిల్డింగ్ కి ఆపర్చునిటీ ఉందంటే డౌన్ ద లేన్ మేక్ ష్యూర్ ఏ జోన్ కింద వస్తుంది, ఈజ్మెంట్స్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, already utilities ki different aspects when it comes to vacant land, and you need to pay attention to those like poultry kane. You need to get a lot of information from the city to make sure where you're investing is the right investment.
Question from Srini Garandi. What is the process to convert primary residence into rental property and then buy second home and make it primary? So he's trying first to primary part home, second then rental convert chesi, then he wants to go and buy the second.
Yeah, that's a very good again good and good to ask. So general ga yes and me primary home ni you know one thing, right? Like general ga primary home lo advantage entante capital gains is something you can take advantage. Oksari ammaka ikkada community ka taxes kadtam kabatti technical ga as a couple manam 500,000 taka you don't have to pay the capital gains. That's the advantage. Base price nunchi meeru edaithe profit earn chestunaro dan meeda up to 500,000 you can take advantage. So idi eppadaka apply avutundante okasari mee primary residence ni meer rental kinda convert chesaka within the last 5 years at least adi oka 2 years anna meer danni primary kinda chupichukogaligite still you can claim it. But okasari beyond that period meeru mee primary property ni kani rental kinde unte now you lost that opportunity of claim capital gains kattalsi vastadi inka. So meeru primary residence ni rental property kinda cheskoni you can prove that to the lender, and then you can always parallel ga upgrade yourself and buy the next property. You can also take a HELOC loan kani equity loan kani, but I would always tell people to take HELOC instead of equity, endukante equity loan lo emotundante the day one మీరు తీసుకున్నప్పటి నుంచి you'll start paying the interest. అదే HELOC ఏంటంటే like a credit card, up until you use it you don't pay the interest on it. సో అలా తీసుకొని కూడా మీ డౌన్ పేమెంట్ కి యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకొని యూ కెన్ బై ద నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాపర్టీ. I hope I didn't confuse you by talking two different things.
లేదండి, థ్యాంక్స్. సో సుధాకర్ గారు క్వశ్చన్ అండి. సుధాకర్ గారు, could you actually speak for yourself? Okay, I'll try to frame it, Andy. I came to know if you are a realtor and your primary income is on real estate, you are allowed to waiving the total capital gains. Is it true? Or we have to do 1031 exchange to get the capital gains tax? It's just the same thing which you explained in the narrative.
First thing, if we break that question into two parts, and 1031 exchange is being done only with your investment properties, not on a primary residence. Oksari, can you repeat the question one more time, Andy?
Sure. If your primary income is on real estate, you are allowed to waiving the capital gains tax. Sorry. Is it true, or do we have to do 1031 exchange to get the capital gains tax? If you are a realtor, primarily on the question that says if I am a realtor, okay, and your primary income is on real estate.
Okay.
So కిషోర్ గారు ఆన్సర్ ఇస్తున్నారండి, రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ ఇన్కమ్ ఇస్ టాక్సబుల్ అంటున్నారండి.
Actually, అవునండి, that's exactly what I అంటే రియల్టర్ కింద మీరు you create a LLC or an S corp and then that's how you take your commission checks. So that's how you will be able to claim the tax benefits. So
Okay.
Whatever he said is right. So Kani, capital gains, again, primary residence, maybe it's altogether a different topic.
Okay. Inకొకరు క్వశ్చన్ అండి, can we offset rental income as HELOC payment if we use HELOC as down payment for investments?
That's a good question, and can I get back to you? నాకు ఒకసారి ఈ క్వశ్చన్ పంపిస్తారా గణేష్ గారు?
Sure.
Can we go to the next question, Andy?
Yeah.
Just to answer the previous question, it used to be the case before the 27 job Trump passed the acts. It's no longer valid after the new tax laws. You cannot claim your HELOC payments, your rental expenses.
By the way, I think none of you know, that's my cousin Ramesh. Hi Ramesh Baba.
Yeah, okay. So just I want to
Can you repeat the question and answer, Andy?
Yeah, sure, Andy. Can we offset rental income as HELOC payment if we use HELOC as down payment for investment? HELOC investment down payment can be used as there for investment. Can we offset that whatever rental income we are getting? Can we offset it as HELOC payment? That's the question, Andy.
Just to reiterate, after 2017, Trump passed the new tax laws, as you are aware of, right? On our primary home itself, we cannot, the standard deduction versus the real estate taxes, what we pay is no longer kind of not so attractive as used to be. As far as I know, I was told that the HELOC payments, whatever you cannot really claim against rental. There a lot of things changed after 2017.
Yeah, another simple answer, and for that there is a cap of $10,000 max. You can do so, whether be it primary home, secondary home, investment home, whatever it is, because of all these factors. So it is limited. So we can't say no for your question. We can't say yes for your question. So even though if you include all of them together, there is a cap. Because of this cap, even though if you try to put all together, compare it with the 24,000 standard deduction, the 24,000 standard deduction is looking still attractive than comparing all your expenses. So that is the catch. This is a tax advisor question primarily.
And also a lender, might be the right person to.
And it changes from person to person, because this is not a standard answer. If the person holds just one investment property, it might be different. If you have multiple, it might be different. So you can take advantage or no. It all depends on how much you have.
Just an addition, and Ramesh garu, I think whatever Trump passed for the HELOC is for the primary home, not for investment. Second, the 10,000 is for SAL deduction, and that doesn't include any interest or mortgage payments. That is for state and local taxes.
Yeah, that's right, అండి.
Okay.
That's called salt. I think that's what they have taken away.
Kumar gar question అండి. He's thinking of buying a rental property with long-term perspective like 401k. దానికి is there any strategy అని అడుగుతున్నారండి.
Sorry, can you repeat the question in one more time?
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying a rental property with long-term perspective like 401k. So like retirement laga, he's thinking about that one.
That's good. And చాలా మంది చేస్తారండి. They use their 401k to buy the investment properties. They take advantage of their 401k invest real estate.
Okay. Ramdas garanడి, is LLC needed to show an investment property? So మన investment property కింద చూపించడానికి is LLC required?
Not necessarily. I know people who doesn't have ante వాళ్ళ rental properties LLC మీద లేవు, but if you have an LLC, it will protect you only. That's why people create LLC and again the tax benefits.
Swarna garu, can I add more points on this?
Yes, please, Andy. Please go ahead. You there are many seasoned investors in this group, and I'd be more than happy to take your advice. Yes.
So ఇందాక ఎవరో అడిగారు 401k టు హౌస్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ అని చెప్పని, ఐ మీన్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ అని చెప్పని, రెంట్ ప్రాపర్టీ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ అని. వన్ సింపుల్ లాజిక్ అండి, పాపులేషన్ ఈస్ గ్రోయింగ్, ల్యాండ్ ఈస్ ద సేమ్. సో మనం అట్లీస్ట్ డౌన్ ద లైన్ 10 to 15 years చూసుకున్నా కానీ సో ప్రాపర్టీ వాల్యూస్ విల్ బి అప్రిషియేటింగ్. సో ఐ వుడ్ సే rather than 401k, the return on land is or real investment is more. So I would prefer tending towards more on real property than the 401k. Of course, there are ups and downs with the real investment as well. But long-term strategy is that real estate appreciates more than 401k or whatever.
So follow-up question, Andy. So what about existing 401k accounts unnai? So now to remove it, we will have to pay the penalties and capital taxes. So is there a way to, take out the money from existing 401k and invest in a real estate with minimal pain? Obviously, ento anta kattali taxes, but especially on investment, is there a way to take out money from 401k to the investment?
So,
can someone pitch in and then address the question, Andy?
ప్రైమరీ రెసిడెన్స్ అయితే 50k వరకు తీసుకోవచ్చు ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ రాంగ్. సో ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్కి 401k నుంచి యూజువల్గా కంపెనీస్ ఏమి ఇవ్వవండి. ప్రైమరీకి అయితే ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ రాంగ్ మ్యాక్స్ 50k వరకు ఆఫర్ చేస్తాయి పే చేయడానికి, అది డౌన్ పేమెంట్కి. దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ అవేర్ ఆఫ్. బట్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ప్రాపర్టీకి ఐ డౌట్.
401k నుంచి 50k లోన్ గా తీసుకోవచ్చు అండి. If you want to take it, it's not for a primary residency. For anything you can take it. Even if for the investment also you can go and take it. 50k is a loan you are taking from the 401k. If it is available for the funds, yes, you can take it and you will be repaying back with interest. If some companies, what they do is, whatever the interest you are paying, if it is your 401k, some portion will be reimbursed into your account. Some companies doesn't do that.
Correct.
Okay, 401k మీరు తీసుకొని ఎప్పుడైనా తీసుకోవచ్చు అండి. It has nothing to do with what you are buying. You can take as a loan, just like a credit card. You take a money and use it for any purpose.
But rate of interest varies అండి.
Rate of interest varies, ఏం ఉండదండి, ఏం డిఫరెన్స్ ఏం ఉండదు. You take it for anything. I'm taking loan for 50k. What for? But I don't need to disclose that information when you are taking a 401k loan. That's one good advantage with the 401k. Number one is interest rate. You will be paying what very less and compared to the 50k loan తీసుకోవడం బయట. 401k లోన్ తీసుకుంటే ఏంటంటే what 3.5 or 4% maximum pay చేస్తారండి. Not more than that.
నా పర్సన్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ 401k లోన్స్ లో ఏంటంటే ప్రైమరీ రెసిడెన్స్ కి పీరియడ్ ఎక్కువ ఇచ్చారు, అంటే 10 years అలా ఇస్తారు. లైక్ వేరేస్ పర్సనల్ లోన్ అయితే పీరియడ్ మాక్సిమం యూ కెన్ పే ఇట్ అవుట్ ఇన్ 5 years.
5 years.
That was my experience.
But ఒక catch 401k loan తో అండి, as long as you are employed with the same company, you are good. But for some reason, with the economy is going down, everything. For example, if you lose your job, you have to pay within 90 days or something. So be aware of those.
Yeah, you have to repay that. Correct. That's correct. Yeah. I'm who take Andy. Can I pitch in? Swarna garu. Yeah. These are all points are correct. Andy. Somebody is asking you, take out the 401k annar kada. I think if once you leave the company, you can roll over the 401k to IRA. IRA nunchi then from a trust you can invest in real estate properties. Andy. That is what the bigger people are doing. And all the big fish in US are doing. Adi cheyachandi alaga. Whatever these points are, వీళ్ళందరూ చెప్పే పాయింట్ is exactly right అండి.
Thanks అండి.
Thank you అండి.
Thank you everyone.
I got a question అండి. So మీరు బ్రిక్ ఫోలియోస్ లో ఉన్నారు, you are working or a part that, like, what do you advise if you want to be a realtor?
I'm working with Brickfolios as a real estate wealth advisor అండి.
So what do you advise if you want to become, like, somebody is interested in real estate, like being a realtor, and you want them to choose this as a alternative or be a regular realtor?
So అంటే మీరు క్వశ్చన్, మీరు జనరల్ గా రియల్టర్ అవ్వాలనుకుంటున్నారా, లేకపోతే are you interested in joining Brickfolios?
I want to be a real certification తీసుకుంది. So
okay, which state are you from అండి?
Texas.
Okay, then definitely Gandhi. All you have to do is, I think, but each state has their own way of doing it. And as I said, I'm a California licensed and also Washington licensed. So each state has its own. Make study hours untai, certain criteria and qualification untai. You can always do it. As far as I know, you have to be a green card holder or a citizen to become a licensed realtor. So Meeru.
Yeah, yes. My question is, like, what is the difference with the regular realtor and the one you are doing? Like, I know it's investment.
Okay,
what is it?
So did you miss? I'll take you back.
I know.
I'll take you back. Yeah.
No, that's okay. But my question is, if a freshman, like, I want to be a realtor agent, right? So do you advise your portfolio? Ante meelaga avute better antara, or be a regular realtor avute better?
I would say become a wealth advisor so that మీరు ఆ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ దాకా హెల్ప్ చేసి పక్కన నెక్స్ట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ కి వెళ్ళే కన్నా always maintain your relationship with your client and then always let them know వాళ్ళ ప్రాపర్టీ వాల్యూస్ ఎలా మారుతున్నాయి చేసి. That's how you build your relationship, right? And at the same time, parallel అంటే it's a relationship and you build a relationship while once you work with them. So it will put you in a good place once you go extra mile comparing to any other realtor.
Yeah, because I'm staying in college town actually, so I know a lot of investment for rental properties buy could want a students key. So that's why I'm looking at the other way, like investment kind of thing. And thank you for bringing up this topic. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. There are a few more questions from other folks. Mahesh garu, can you ask your question?
Yeah. సో 2 questions అండి. మీరు అన్నారు ఎల్ఎల్సిలో ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేయాలి, ఎల్ఎల్సి పేరు మీద ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ అని. అట్లీస్ట్ నా ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ తో ప్రకారం ఏంటంటే నన్ ఆఫ్ ద బిగ్ బ్యాంక్స్ ఆర్ గివింగ్ ద లోన్ ఫర్ ఎల్ఎల్సి. ఎందుకంటే యూజువల్ మనం ఎల్ఎల్సి క్రియేట్ చేస్తాము ప్రాపర్టీ కొన్న తర్వాత. సో దే డు నాట్ వాంట్ ఎల్ఎల్సిస్ టు బి గ్యారంటీయర్స్. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు బి యువర్ ఓన్ గ్యారంటీయర్. సో ఆ సిచ్యువేషన్ ఎలా సాల్వ్ చేయాలో నాకు ఇంకా తెలియదు. సో దట్స్ మై ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. ద సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ ఈస్, వాట్ ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు బై ఎ ప్రాపర్టీ ఇన్ California and I live in New Jersey? So obviously when you own a property, you will have some small repairs, things like that.
Wear and tear untai.
Yeah, wear and tears untai. And you have tenants switching out untuntadi. Lease documents.
You just bring in a property management company, or you just try work with a realtor who can help you with all this and who can take care of your property. Remote ga meeru manage chesukodaniki easy ga untundi. So you can always do that. And there are many people, that's how people out of states invest chestaru. Not every time every ప్రాపర్టీ ఎదురుగా ఉండదు. So yes, while you live in your New Jersey, yes, you can still end up buying property in California.
And how much is the usual charge ఎలా ఉంటుందండి దానికి? How much, again, industry average, I'm not saying.
Actually గా మీరు ఏ రియల్టర్ కి కానీ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ వెళ్తారు, you don't pay anything from your pocket, and it's always we get paid through our companies. So when it comes to the property management, it's different. Yes, property management ki there are different ways and methods to work around. Sometimes there is a certain model wherein we just identify the prospective tenant, and lease contract could be for a year or two, and first 1 year lease price lo inchi first oka 1 month is what they'll take towards their services, and rest will go into your pocket. And maintenance చేసినందుకు అలాంటిది అన్నప్పుడు, yes, there will be a monthly surcharge which they'll be taking from you, and whenever there is a job that is been taken care, again you'll have to take care of that. అంటే వాళ్ళు చేసి పెట్టేస్తారు, you will have to just that will go from your rent.
Okay, Mahesh garu, in the interest of time, we'll move on with a lot of questions from other folks. Again, we're going to share the contact details. Swarna garu contact details share chestamandi. You can reach out to her or reach out to our folks on Discord too. Okay. Kiran garu question andi quickly. 2022 Q4 good time ledante 2023 Q1 good time for buying rental property? What do you suggest?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat that for me one more time?
Is 2022 Q4 good time or 2023 Q1? So when should we buy? End of this year or beginning of next year?
I would say now, just come now. Endukante as I have explained earlier, current market చెప్పినప్పుడు మీకు already అంటే one of the solution we've been advising most investors ki entante, let's look into build to rent concept and BTR concept, which is pretty అంటే కొంచెం కొత్త constructions ki, so that way you don't have to spend too much money towards the wear and tear కానీ దాని fix up jobs ki కానీ things like that. So అది మనం కావాలంటే కొత్త construction, as newer the property, ideal the situation for us as an investor. So అలా చేస్తే today right now is the market. ఎందుకంటే ఈ బిల్డర్స్ మళ్ళీ థ్యాంక్స్ గివింగ్ లో ఇవన్నీ వచ్చాక they want to attract the primary home buyers, because వాళ్ళు అక్కడే మనీ ఎర్న్ చేస్తారు. ఇన్వెస్టర్ అంటే they'll negotiate, so rather they want to focus on primary buyers, and then వాళ్ళకి incentives కానీ different attracting points, so they want to bring them into ఆ competition మనకు వచ్చాక it will change the game a little. So rather I would say now.
Bottom line, end of this year. Okay.
Yes, yeah, let's say that. Yeah.
Subhash garu question andi, if interest rates if it comes down, what do you think is the best rate to refinance? Again, this is a variable thing, so
yeah, it's total lending question andi.
Okay, fine, move on. If someone buys a primary home but they cannot stay in it for some reason, can he or she make it a rental property? Can I show that I am staying in primary property but renting it out?
I hope IRS is not in this. I'm sorry, this is out of my license. I'm a licensed person. I cannot advise you anything on this.
Okay. Sudhakar garu question only, again on the same lines. If you take a loan from 401k, then loan people also consider as loan while sanction loan. Sorry, and Sudhakar garu, could you phrase it? Can you speak on it? And we'll move on. Again, there are a lot of questions with respect to 401k and maybe
I think we should do a 401k specific session maybe.
Okay. So Krantikar question andi. Okay. Things are very volatile right now. For the first time buyers, what is your recommendation andi? How to make their risk assessments? Okay. He looks like he's from Washington. What is the right price in Bothell Linwood? Okay, well, in case of if the visa is L1B, okay, what in case he's asking about primarily risk assessments and job.
Can I get his information, Andy, so that way I can address more and property values can, because it changes a lot until like kind of criteria in the depending on any bedrooms or bathrooms, square footage, there is miscellaneous. So definitely this would be a personal, I would want to talk to him personally.
Perfect. So Kranti garu, you will get Swarna garu details and the communication details. You can reach out to her offline. Vasiki garu, she was okay. Could you please speak your question?
Hi, Andy. This is Venkat, Vasuki's husband.
Hi, Andy. How are you?
I'm good, Andy. I'm good. Thanks for your session, Andy. So I think a couple of times you already raised the point, like now is the time to buy the second property or antunar kada. But if we take an example of a 500K house, year back 2.8 something, or below 3 unnadi, ఇప్పుడు around 6 ఉంది. So are we not ending up paying, though it's మన ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ ప్రాపర్టీ అన్నా కానీ మంత్లీ పేమెంట్ ఎక్కువ వెళ్తుంది కదా, లైక్ మోర్ దెన్ $1,000 ఆర్ ప్రాబ్లీ. సో వాట్ యూ థింక్, లైక్ ట్రెడిషనల్ 30 years లోన్ తీసుకుంటే అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఉంటుందా, లేకపోతే మీరు అన్న 5/1 తీసుకుంటే అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఉంటుందా? లైక్ హౌ డు వి రికవర్ దాట్ వన్?
In the current market, Andy, this is exactly what even the primary buyers kuda we are advising 5/1 arm, Andy. Just because definitely me monthly mortgage payment tagutadi 5/1 arm lo. At the same time, interest rate kuda standard fixed 30-year దానికన్నా దీంట్లో తక్కువ వస్తుంది కొంచెం. సో డెఫినెట్ గా మార్కెట్ ఎప్పుడైతే కొంచెం మనకి ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్స్ పడతాయో దెన్ యూ కెన్ ఆల్వేస్ రీఫైనాన్సెస్. నెక్స్ట్ 5 years అంటే హిస్టారికల్ గా మనం గత 44 years బ్యాక్ వెళ్ళి చూస్తే ఎవ్రీ టైం ఒక రెసిషన్, అంటే ఈసారి మనకి మేజర్ రెసిషన్ నేను అన్ను. సో ప్రతిసారి తర్వాత ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్స్ వాళ్ళు దే బ్రింగ్ ఇట్ డౌన్. సో దట్స్ వెన్ యూ కెన్ రీఫైనాన్స్. సో దట్ వుడ్ బి ద ఐడియల్ సొల్యూషన్. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ప్రాపర్టీ వాల్యూస్ ఒక టైంలో ఎంత ఉందంటే there were times people bought it at ఒక 40 years back 40,000 కొనుక్కున్న వాళ్ళు అన్నారు. ఈ రోజు అది 3 million అయింది ప్రాపర్టీ. That's how property values appreciate, అండి. That is why we say investing on asset is always an ideal investment comparing to stocks and bonds. Good to be diversified. నేను అవి not great అని అన్నాను. So I know there is a lot of volatility that is going on. Just recent March 2020 tarvata again mottam market ka literally stocks padipoyini mon last week. So good to be diversified so that when me funds safe untai anta oka place lo petti, because I do know personal very close friends, family friends kani who lost a lot of money towards stocks.
Yeah, okay. And can I ask one more follow-up question, Andy, on that?
Yes, Andy.
Sure. So if let's say మనం 500K ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకున్నాం కదా, సో దానికి 5/1 ఆమ్ దాంట్లో ఆ పర్టికులర్ లోన్ క్లాజ్ లోనే ఉంటుందా, వీ కెన్ రీఫైనాన్స్ అండ్ దెన్ దే వోంట్ బి ఎనీ చార్జ్ అని? బికాస్ క్లోజింగ్ చార్జెస్ కూడా చాలా ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి, 30,000-40,000 చెప్తున్నారు కదా. సో కెన్ వి అవాయిడ్, ఐ మీన్ ఈస్ దర్ ఎ డిఫరెన్స్ ఇన్ 30 years లోన్ టు 5/1?
That's a good question, అండి. డెఫినెట్ గా లెండర్ ఎవరైనా లెండింగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారండి దీంట్లో ఈ కాల్లో?
That's okay. We can take it up offline.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely get back to you, Ganesh garu. If you can ping me offline, definitely నేను will address your questions.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, and we are almost at the hour, Andy. Okay. Swarna garu, could you share your contact details? I know I have your personal details. I don't know what details you want to share here. So if you
can you see my screen, Andy? Yes. This is the only number. I don't believe in having 2 to 3 numbers. I have always personal number gani na business number gani, this is the only number I have. I like to keep things very simple. So I hope you can see my number, you can see my email address, this and you can reach out to me in WhatsApp on the same number. So the best way is ideal if you can text me, and then so that way I can quickly get back to you as soon as possible.
Thanks, Andy. On closing thoughts, is there anything else that you want to share? I know you said that you go and invest.
Again, my favorite quote, and it just like as I said, Warren Buffett, when everyone is fearful, be greedy, and when everyone is greedy, just be fearful. That's what I want to say.
Good session, and patiently answered a lot of our folks' questions. Okay.
And I really do apologize if I could not tap on someone's questions, Andy. Definitely, yeah, this is my very first session with such big crowd, and then definitely I'm struggling to understand some of the questions. Probably by next time I will master this.
Yeah, you can certainly and we have our Discord server too. We can reach out there, and we will be able to coordinate those questions with Swarna garu if required. With that, we're going to close this session. And thank you all. Thanks for joining.
Thank you everyone.